Right now, we take a closer look at the Dane County Board's latest proposal to cut positions from the Sheriff's Department.
We got mild temperatures outside in southern Wisconsin right now, upper 40s straight around 50 at this very moment. How long will the mild weather stick around, and when could we see the possibility of some snow?
And it's the Badger men's basketball season opener. We're live at the Kohl Center getting you ready for their opening night matchup against Campbell. And we welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Sarah Carlson. To save roughly $2.3 million, members of the Dane County Board are suggesting a hiring freeze on 20 sheriff's deputies.
Right now, the board is hearing public comment on budget amendments as it looks to fill a $31 million budget gap. Our Ellie LaLiberte joins us now. And Ellie, what does the sheriff think of this proposal?
Well, Eric, the sheriff tells me he needs every single one of these deputies. The Personnel and Finance Committee unanimously recommended this proposal ahead of formal deliberations later this week, and it's not exactly what the sheriff was hoping for.
We need staffing, we need support, we need funding to do what we're able to do.
In the 11th hour of the county budget process, Sheriff Calvin Barrett is hoping to retain all the deputy positions he says he desperately needs.
Our sheriff's office staffing simply has not kept up with the need.
The latest proposal from the Finance Committee suggests a hiring freeze on 20 sheriff's deputies, saving roughly $2 million. Part of that money would be reallocated to the Health and Human Services Department.
All departments were asked to make a 4% budget cut. Most departments complied. The Sheriff's Department did not make a 4% budget cut. This caused the county executive to disproportionately cut the Human Services budget.
Board Supervisor Yogesh Chavla says a freeze instead of eliminating positions is a compromise.
This will not take one sheriff deputy off the streets. This will not take one sheriff deputy out of the jail. It will not take one sheriff deputy out of rural communities. What we're seeing is just these dozens of vacant positions with nobody in them.
From 2010 to 2025, staff from the Sheriff's Department has increased by roughly 4%. Meanwhile, staff increased for Health and Human Services by 54%.
But it does become difficult when deputies are working 12, 14, 16-hour shifts. They're not getting days off. They're not getting vacation.
And Barrett says a hiring freeze could mean he doesn't have the staff to open the new county jail by 2027.
We still have to train at least a year before it opens to get people prepared to work in there. We need not only all of the positions that we currently have, but additional positions to effectively run the new jail when it opens in 2027.
But Chavla says the proposal is a good solution.
I think it provides us a path forward where we can take care of our near-term issues in 2026 and keep an eye towards 2027 and look at how can we open the jail, how can we support our community at the same time.
Now, today's public hearing is the last chance for county residents to give input on the budget. The board will meet for budget deliberations and likely a final vote this upcoming Wednesday.
All right, Ellie, thank you. A family is suing Tesla for wrongful death after a fiery crash killed a Wisconsin couple a year ago this week. It was November 1st last year. 5 people were in a 2016 Model S Tesla on Range Trail in Verona when they crashed into a tree. The car then caught fire, killing everyone inside. All 5 victims were associated with diabetes advocacy organization Breakthrough T1D. And now the family of 2 of the victims, Jeff and Michelle Bauer of Crandon, Wisconsin, alleging the company's defective vehicle design trapped the couple inside the burning powerless car after the crash. In a statement from the family's lawyer reads in part, quote, Tesla and Elon Musk knew for years that their vehicles are prone to explosive fires after collisions, and their electric door systems trap occupants inside those burning vehicles when power fails. They go on to say this lawsuit aims to hold Tesla accountable for knowingly designing vehicles that turn survivable crashes into fatal tragedies. Now, we've also reached out to Tesla, but have yet to receive a response.
Well, turning to the weather now, a bit odd that it's dark out, but we had a mild day. Here's Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. And how long will these conditions stick around? Forever, we hope.
Yes, forever we do hope. And it is going to stick around for a while, but then there's going to be a major change in our forecast. Look at our temperature, 60 Tuesday, 55 Wednesday, for Thursday, 53 on Friday, and then the crash. And with the crash, we're going to have some precipitation. And as you see, Sunday and Monday, temperatures in the 30s. Hold on to that as we take note here right now. Those current temperatures across the area, they are mild for this time of year. We're right about where we should be in the upper 40s, straight around 50. We have 51 in Boscoville, 50 in Janesville, 48 right now in Wisconsin Dells. As we zoom on in a little bit closer here to Dane County, we got 48 in Waunakee, 48 at the airport in Madison, 40 49 hanging on to near 50 in Sun Prairie, same to the northwest on the other side of the Wisconsin River, 49 degrees in Sauk City. Now, tomorrow, let's plan the day. 36 to start, temperatures getting up to 60 by 1 o'clock. A bit of a breeze out there, but not too bad for this time of year. But we have changes coming up in the forecast. The first change is adding a little water to the forecast Thursday night, and then adding a little more water as we head into the upcoming weekend. But not all of that is going to be in the form of liquid precipitation. There is a chance for some snow, the latest impacts on the Badger game and that Madison Marathon coming up when I come back in a few minutes.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Alex. Unity Point Health Meriter has a new simulation and training center for newborn care. It's called the Neonatal Education Simulation and Training Center, or NEST. This center is on the 5th floor of Meriter Hospital near the neonatal intensive care. The NEST provides a permanent space for nurses, students, residents, and doctors to practice real-life scenarios.
Like if you put the headset on and you do some of this, you literally felt like you experienced something, and you kind of, it sticks with you in a different way than if I did it with a mannequin. And so I think it's saying, like, how do we leverage some of these different ways of teaching to kind of augment our training and get folks excited about it and then want to train and then track that, and so we learn from it.
The project cost $750,000, and last year more than 5,000 babies were born at Meriter.
Well, the football Badgers are back at Camp Randall Stadium this Saturday after the bye week and the road loss out in Eugene to the Oregon Ducks.
And with the season winding down, the Badgers are still finding ways to be hopeful and excited about the remainder of the season. Our Nash Dara has more.
Eric and Sarah, the Wisconsin football season end is in sight as we are officially in November. The Badgers have just 4 given games left in what is in all likelihood a season to forget. The two lone wins this year are uncharacteristic for Bucky and has left lots of questions on the table. One being, what is there still to be excited about this year and the foreseeable future?
The truth of the matter is we're excited about every guy. Everybody has something to play for, and we keep reminding ourselves of that. Our ability to stay together, our ability to compete and play and play your best ball at the end of the season is still what we have to be able to do. And that's what's hard, right? I mean, everybody gets, fixated on just winning football games, and that's our goal and that's our job. But there's a lot more to what we have to be able to do going down the stretch.
The Badgers' journey through these final games, however, get tougher as they deal with more injuries, losing starting running back Dylan Jones, center Jake Renfro, and safety Matthew Trainer, all for the remainder of the season. The Badgers are up against the wall with the 24th ranked Washington Huskies making the trip to Camp Randall this weekend in a must-win game for Bucky to keep any chance of bowl eligibility this season.
All right, thank you, Nash. Well, turning to basketball now, where in less than an hour, the Wisconsin men's team will start their season.
That's right. After falling just short of the Sweet 16 last year, the Badgers start the season ranked 24th in the nation. For more on the Badgers, let's head to the Kohl Center where Jalen Banks is standing by. Jalen?
Eric and Sarah, I'm just outside the Kohl Center. As you mentioned, we're just under an hour away from the 2025-26 season kicking off for UW men's basketball. Being here pretty much for the last several hours, people are really starting to trickle in out to the Kohl Center. Obviously people really excited for tonight's game against the Campbell Fighting Camels. Now, last year, obviously, the Badgers didn't go on as far as they wanted, but they did win 27 games last year, falling to Brigham Young University in the second round of the NCAA tournament. And they're going to be replacing quite a few key contributors from a year ago. 5 notable seniors have moved on from the program, but they still have a few key staples still around with John Blackwell, Jack Janicki, Nolan Winter, and they've got a handful of transfers that have come into the team this offseason. Again, Badgers coming into this matchup ranked 24th in the country, which I think is pretty standard for UW men's basketball, being one of the most consistent programs in the entire country. Our sports director, Andrew Banstra, will give a full breakdown later on in the show about this year's team, the transfers that have come in, and other key contributors that they expect to fill in for this season. But for now, I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio. Reporting live from the Kohl Center, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
Yeah, we could all use a really good Badger basketball season, couldn't we? That'd be great. Jalen, thank you. Still ahead at 6, how you can help give hundreds of families a proper Thanksgiving dinner later this month.
Plus, some slight relief is on the way for Americans who rely on SNAP benefits as Republicans and Democrats remain locked in a stalemate over the government shutdown.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
As the U.S. government shutdown approaches record length, SNAP benefit recipients and government workers remain in limbo. Facing a deadline today from a federal judge in Rhode Island, the Trump administration said that it would fund half of November SNAP benefits using contingency funds. The Treasury Secretary said that full benefits can be restored if Democrats drop demands for an extension of federal health care subsidies and vote past the GOP funding bill to end the shutdown.
Meanwhile, in Monona, St. Stephen's Food Pantry also looking to help those impacted by food insecurity. Donations of non-perishable food can be made at City Hall, the library, community center, and Maywood School. Items like ketchup, mustard, peanut butter, and canned soups are in high demand. St. Stephen's also accepts fresh and frozen items directly from 8:30 in the morning till 12:30 in the afternoon, Monday through Thursday. And for those in need, food assistance is available by appointment. And happening this week, Milton Meals Matter community grocery drive. That'll kick off this Saturday, and families there should pack non-perishable items and place them on their porches by 3 p.m. with the light on. Volunteers will collect donations to support local families. Those outside the city limits can arrange porch pickup or drop off at Milton High School. On Sunday, a drive-through pickup event runs from 1 to 3 in the afternoon for those who need groceries. Visit the Milton Meals Matter website for details and to participate.
The Goodman Community Center is also asking for your help with its Thanksgiving basket drive. This after public registration reached capacity faster than ever. The annual Thanksgiving basket drive provides the fixings for families to make full Thanksgiving meals at home. Starting November 15th, you can donate the food and money needed to fill 4,000 baskets. One way to help is to set up a food drive yourself. The center has provided grocery lists, posters, and the tips to make a drive successful. Financial donations can also be made online at goodmancenter.org/donate. And still ahead at 6 with Halloween now over, what you can do with those rotting pumpkins.
Plus, a legendary band will have a concert at Camp Randall next summer, who it is and when you'll be able to get your tickets. And how cold are temperatures set to get this week? Alex returns his complete forecast after the break.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. AC/DC is coming to Madison next summer for part of its Power Up Tour. The legendary rock band will perform at Camp Randall Stadium July 19th. The lineup, of course, includes Angus Young on lead guitar, vocalist Brian Johnson, rhythm guitarist Stevie Young, drummer Matt Logg, and bass player Chris Chaney. AC/DC joins Coldplay and Morgan Wallen in performing at Camp Randall, both of whom performed earlier this year.
Very nice to see that Madison is being treated like a major city, getting a major act like this.
Oh, my mom really loves AC/DC. I only know songs through her, but I think she'll be excited, so I'm excited to tell her about that.
A lot of them saying it's mom and dad love AC/DC. Tickets for the concert will go on sale this Friday starting at 10 a.m.
Well, if you're looking to get rid of your jack-o'-lanterns, the city of Madison is offering some different options to do so. The Dane County Department of Waste Renewable will be hosting a Squash Your Waste event from 10 to 2 at the Henry Vila Zoo Scrap Stop location. You can also take your pumpkins to one of the street's division's drop-off sites. Finally, if you want to compost at home but don't know how, the City of Madison website offers several resources that can get you started. And we have some chilly weather around the corner. It's been so beautiful, Alex. I just kind of want to hang on to today.
Yeah, if we could just hang on to this part right here of the 10-day forecast where we're in the 50s to near 60 degrees. We'll do 60 on Tuesday, but unfortunately reality will settle in as we head into the upcoming weekend. Sunday and Monday, temperatures barely getting out of the 30s, and it will be breezy. And yes, there could be some snow in the forecast. So that's on the way. Not tonight. We'll be in the 30s to near 40 tonight. So contrast that, our lows tonight, and this is average for this time of year. They're going to be the highs by the time we get to Sunday going on into Monday of next week. So we got quite some changes on the way for southern Wisconsin. Tomorrow we're going to do 60 at Madison, 62 now in Lone Rock, 59 in Baraboo, and 60 in Janesville. So all in all, a very mild day for this time of year. Average high 51, and so that's good 10 degrees above normal. How about that as we start off this beginning of November on a mild note, but then our attention turns to a weather system Thursday night with some shower chances. Those should stay all in the form of liquid, but not entirely in the form of liquid as we head to the upcoming weekend. Let me explain here with Future Track. Showers widespread Thursday night as a weather system moves across the upper Midwest, including Wisconsin. So from west to east, we're looking at rain. As we go into Friday, we dry out a bit. We can't rule out an isolated shower or two in the afternoon, but then weather system number 2 is on the way, already on the doorstep, 10:30 Saturday morning with some green and some pink. That means a mix of rain and maybe some wet snowflakes as we go into Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and overnight. Some weather models are showing more in the way of frozen precipitation in the form of snow. This weather model here, which I think is the closest to what we typically see for this time of year in early to mid-November, is giving us a mix of rain and a couple snow showers. And Sunday itself is looking to be breezy with a couple of rain and snow showers continuing across southern Wisconsin, going on perhaps even into Monday morning. We've got that important Badger game on Saturday. I'm going to break that forecast down in just a second. We have the last of the farmers market this upcoming weekend. Looks like the farmers market's going to come in dry, but it will be chilly and getting on the breezy side. Then Sunday we got that marathon, right, Sarah, that we were talking about earlier, just outside in our news area before the newscast. So let's break those games and those activities down rather. 42 to 44, rather chilly tailgate, but that's typical fall football weather in my opinion. But you don't want the showers, and we do have showers that will likely be making their way in at kickoff and after the game. And here's the Madison Marathon Sunday morning forecast as of Monday of this week. For next Sunday, we're looking at a mix of rain and snow and wind and chilly temperatures. So you're going to need those layers and dress for those wet conditions, as it looks pretty likely we're going to have a system with mixed precipitation, which is not uncommon for early to mid-November.
Right.
We've got to turn the corner sometime for those snowflakes, right?
Especially those runners.
Yes.
Turn a corner, take off the jacket if you don't need it. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah,
well, coming up, the Badger men return to the hardwood. Their season opener. It tips off tonight at the Kohl Center. We'll hear from some of the players next in sports.
Welcome into Jay's Bar in Madison. We are just about 30 minutes out from another live taping of the Wisconsin Huddle. And tonight is especially exciting. I'll be joined by Wisconsin volleyball star Mimi Collier. And it's not too late to come down and join me and the National Player of the Year candidate. And right down the street, Wisconsin men's basketball opens their season tonight, so it only seems right that I give you a full preview for what to expect for the Badger men this season to get you ready for tip-off. So let's start with the returners. John Blackwell, a National Player of the Year candidate in his own right, tested the NBA waters, but came back for nights like tonight with a squad Nolan Winter describes as lethal.
I'm fired up to be back. There's no other place I'd rather be. If it wasn't NBA, it's in Wisconsin. And I'm excited to get back on that Kohl Center floor and play first game here.
It's been a really fun group to play with. Versatility-wise, I think we're a really deep team. I think we'll be a very high-scoring team, fast-paced team, a lot like we were last year.
But of course, this team has plenty of newcomers like Andrew Rohde. The Milwaukee native says it's full circle to finish his college career right back where it started.
It's been such a blessing. I could have never imagined, I'd be finishing out my career here, but, just being here and immersing myself in the culture and the way things are ran, it's been amazing.
On the flip side, Will Garlock, a Middleton native, is starting his career at Wisconsin. Taking the court tonight will be a surreal feeling for the freshman.
Growing up 20 minutes from here, growing up a Badger fan, coming to the football games, basketball games, just kind of knowing that culture already of, Badger fans travel, Badger fans are really diehard and loyal. It's been great. It's kind of a dream come true, like you said.
And even for the transfers that don't have any Wisconsin connections, they already feel like they've found a new home. For Nick Boyd and Austin Rapp, arguably Bucky's biggest portal additions, they've been pleasantly surprised by the family atmosphere in Madison and the legacy that they can leave.
Didn't really expect how close-knit and tight-knit the organization would be and the program would be, but that's kind of shocked me in a way. I see how tight-knit and family-like it is here. It's been fun.
It just shows the family environment that Wisconsin has. The Badger legacy lives on forever. You don't finish as a Badger and you're done.
We'll see you down here at Jay's Bar in a couple of minutes for this week's taping of the Wisconsin Huddle, and later on tonight at 10 from the Kohl Center with highlights from what we hope will be a Wisconsin win. For now at Jay's Bar, Andrew Banstra for News 3 Sports.
All right, Andrew's got his whole night just staying down on campus, and Alex is back. Final check of the forecast.
Well, we got quite a bit to talk about in the forecast this week. A big temperature change, precipitation that could be in the form of snow by the time we get into sorry, by the time we get into Sunday, going on into Monday. Join us tonight during the 10 o'clock newscast. In addition to the big temperature changes and the precipitation changes, I do want to talk, there's a lot of wind on this forecast. I'm going to track just how strong those wind gusts are going to get tonight at 10. It's not Gone with the Wind that we're going to be playing tonight at 10. There's plenty of wind in the forecast. We'll let you know how strong those winds are going to get.
Don't like that when I see that with the Badger game on Saturday there, because it messes with tailgating and all. I mean, the football game's been hard enough to go to this year without the weather being bad. So you want the tailgate to be decent.
One day at a time. Tomorrow's beautiful.
Yeah, we'll enjoy it.
Hopefully
Got a few days.
Hopefully that Saturday weather system will take a little dip to the south or a pass to the north.
All right, entertainment tonight's coming up next. Our next newscast at 10 o'clock. You can always find us streaming 24/7 at Channel 3000+.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. See you at 10 o'clock.